I've often said that if you can't fly well, you should at least fly fast. Uh, if you're interested in making videos that other people want to watch, one of the single biggest things you can do to make your videos more exciting and interesting is to go faster. And one of the best ways to go faster is to put more up tilt on your camera. Now, this is something that all the pros know, but maybe not everybody who's just getting into it and just learning to fly better knows. So, you up tilt the camera, the copter, and you inherently want to put the horizon at a certain point in your field of view. So, if you tilt the camera up, the copter has to tilt forward more to put the horizon where you want it to be and see where you're going. Of course, you got to use the camera to look where you're going. And so the more up tilt there is on your camera, the faster you have to go. The higher your throttle position is, and just the faster you have to go in order to be able to see where you're going and not be looking up at the sky. So I tested, if you check my YouTube channel, you can find a video I did of a 35-degree up tilt test on my copter, and the results were a little bit extreme. I had to fly at like 75% throttle just to go straight, and climbing basically meant I had to go to full throttle. And I was pretty fast, but there was not enough throttle margin left over for maneuvering on my little 3S 60/30 prop setup, so that was not right for me. And I have my camera up tilt dialed in about where I like it to be, but I recently adjusted my camera a little bit and I accidentally tilted it up slightly more than it was. And I didn't notice this until I was flying, and what had been, I normally pull 40, 45 amps peak. Suddenly I was pulling like 60, even as much as almost 70 amps peak. That's on 3S with 6045 props, 2300 kV motors, 2204, 2300 kV motors. And I was like, well, how about that? I don't know. And then I looked at my videos and I was like, whoa, I'm going so much faster. So I thought I would make a comparison video and show you the difference, and here it is. In the first video, I think I probably had the camera about 2 to 3 degrees lower. Looking at it, there's just not that much difference, but so I can't really, I mean, I don't have a protractor or anything, but just eyeballing it, it doesn't look like it's much different. And by the way, I'm comparing that to my Mobius camera, which is on a fixed up tilt block. So I can always see about what my FPV camera is doing relative to my Mobius camera as a reference. It's not that much difference, but it's definitely different. So it's probably only a few degrees, and I think you'll see that there's a noticeable difference. Here we go with the two clips. Okay, so there you go. I think you can see that it's definitely a little bit faster. It's noticeably faster with the additional up tilt. It's not like 3S to 4S speed, no, but it's definitely faster. And if you look at the raw video, it is more aggressive, more exciting. It definitely is squeezing every bit of performance out of this 3S setup that you can get in terms of making videos that are fun to watch and also a more exciting flight experience. I finished this flight session really exhilarated, and I didn't really know why. I was just like, oh, I'm just roaring around my property every second. It's move after move after move. And no, you know how sometimes when you're flying and you do a cool move and then you're just kind of like wandering to the next move, not really, just nothing happening. You're just kind of meandering to the next move. There was none of that. It was just move after move after move. It was very exciting, very exhilarating, and I think that comes through in the video as well. It makes sense that adding up tilt makes your copter fly faster because every degree of up tilt you put in your camera is another degree of pitch forward that you incorporate into your flying completely subconsciously. So if you want to make more exciting videos, if you want to have a more exciting flight experience, and if you race and you want to just fly faster, up tilt your camera. You will be amazed at the difference. There's one caveat that I'll throw in at the end here, and that is that the amount of yaw and roll that you have to mix together changes when your up tilt changes. The more up tilt you've got, the more pitched forward the copter is, the less yaw you have to incorporate into your turns. That eventually the turns just become almost pure roll with almost no yaw at all. What that means is that if you're used to flying with a certain amount of up tilt and then you change the up tilt, for the first 10 minutes of flying, your turns are probably going to feel really sloppy. It's going to feel like the copter is sliding out, or not turning into the turns right, and then your brain will readjust and you'll be fine. But if you change the up tilt and suddenly it feels like your copter is turning really sloppy, you just haven't reincorporated with the amount of yaw and roll that you need. So don't worry about that. You'll get used to it. All right. Well, I hope you like that. Happy flying. See you next time.